Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my vlog. We are at the Backstage of the Encore Theater right now. We're doing West Side Story and we're at intermission. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 7 essential items that I use as a performer. Coming in at 7, a mini tripod. I definitely recommend having one of these as a performer because, you know, when you're off doing a contract, it's very helpful when somebody contacts you to submit a video for an audition or a role that's happening. I think this is very helpful because it's not only small, but it definitely has these little legs that can move, as you can see, and you can twist them any way you like to be able to grab onto whatever you want so that you can hang it really. No matter what kind of environment you're in, you can hang it and place your phone, and it fits an iPhone like that. So it's a very easy way to create video submissions when you're off doing a contract. So I definitely recommend getting one of these. Coming at 6, a humidifier. I found that humidifiers are really important for me, particularly because in some states I get worse allergies than other states. When I was doing West Side Story in Indianapolis last year, I found that I was having a really hard time even just sleeping because the air was so dry. So I immediately ordered one and it's been so helpful ever since. So I definitely recommend getting a humidifier. Coming at 5, get yourself an aromatherapy unit. Aromatherapy has changed my life. I can't say enough good things about it. I sleep with it on at night. I have it running right now in the dressing room. It's just incredible. You can mix and match different essential oils depending on what kind of scent you want at that point and what kind of need you have. A lot of them are very healing as well, have a lot of healing properties in them. So at night, I definitely recommend putting some lavender in there to help you sleep. Even if you're anxious a little bit, lavender is great for that as well. It's basically up to you how you want to mix and match, but aromatherapy has really helped me just feel balanced and sane and calm. And especially during a show, it's awesome to have. I'll show you this one right here. This is definitely different than the one that I have. It's not too big, so really you could travel with this easily. This particular one is glass. I have one that isn't glass that I definitely recommend instead, just because, you know, it's easier to travel with. Coming at 4, a yoga mat, or if you don't have space for a yoga mat, a microfiber towel. Now, I use yoga to warm up before almost every show. I swear by it. I love yoga so much. It makes me feel so balanced, so strong, so flexible, and it just helps me in a physical way and an emotional way as well. If you don't have room for a yoga mat, I recommend a microfiber towel, which I have right here. I initially got this at the last contract that I was doing in Hilton Head because I was near the beach. So I would take this to the beach and I would do yoga on the beach and or lay on the beach with this towel. As you can see, it bunches up really small, and so it's great for travel. It's sand resistant, very easy to wash, and yeah, so it's great. I use it to warm up. This is Maria. Hi. Well, she plays Maria. It's Rory. Lovely person. Either way, I definitely recommend having something like that to be able to just pull out and be able to warm up and stretch wherever you are. It's helpful at the theater too, where you're not sure how often they vacuum. It's just nice to have that to put down when you want to get on the floor and just stretch and warm up. So definitely recommend either yoga mats or a microfiber towel. Coming in at 3. This item I'm excited to tell you about because I use it pretty much every single day. It's a My Per Mist personal steamer. This one has a cord, but I'm considering getting a cordless one, which they now sell. This brand does, My Per Mist. Anyway, I use this before pretty much every show. It actually helps me warm up, I find. I steam probably about 5 to 15 minutes a day. I try not to go too long because then I notice my voice gets a little bit, I find I have less control over my voice when I steam too long. But 5 to 15 minutes is just right to just kind of get everything relaxed, get everything resonant and forward, and the phlegm cleared out. So it's a really nice tool when you're trying to warm up before a show. So I'll do that first, and then I'll do my warm-up sequences vocally, and then I feel pretty great after that. It's especially great during those matinees. As you all know, it's very hard to kind of wake up the voce during matinees, so I definitely highly recommend a steamer. And a little tip with this, I definitely like to personally make the steam as intense as possible to make it nice and hot and just breathe in all of that goodness. So a little tip is, once you have this at the highest setting, let it kind of warm up for a couple of minutes. And then I used to take paper towels, which you can totally use, but I found it gets a little messy with paper towels because it'll get wet. Now I use a kind of just a hand towel or whatever you can find, and I place it over the steamer, as you can see, and just enough to kind of cover my nose and the contact with my face, like that. And I'll just put it there, and that way it kind of intensifies the steam for me when I do this, and it's a quicker way to kind of get everything flowing and going. No. Flowing and going? No. It's a quicker way to just get that steam really intense and to get your voce feeling amazing and clear and resonant, which I love. One other thing with the MyPermist is that you have to use distilled water with it, or else it literally won't work. So it does come with this little bottle here with distilled water, and then once you run out of that, you can just buy a gallon of distilled water from any grocery store, and then I just keep filling this up and I bring it to the theater and I let it actually live here in my dressing room, since I use it every single day. Okay, coming at 2, the belt box, ladies and gentlemen. I have a belt box. This is how it comes packaged. It comes in a little drawstring bag. This is what it looks like, as you can see. And there's a little hole there for your nose to kind of rest. So it definitely mutes the voice. I find I still sing very loudly, so you can definitely still hear me if I'm being honest, but it definitely helps mute it so that your warm-ups aren't as loud and annoying to other people around you. This has been great, honestly, for performances, for auditions. If I just want to take this with me in my bag when I'm in New York and I'm hopping around and I just want to check my voice, even if I've already warmed up at home. Sometimes I just want to make sure it's still working and resonant, so I'll go to the bathroom and stick this thing on, and I can get away with kind of checking my voice a bit with that. Even though you can still hear some noise, it definitely mutes the sound, the overall sound. So it's kind of a respectful thing in my opinion, but it's been very, very helpful. They're not super expensive. I think I got this one, I want to say about 40 bucks, maybe 50 tops. But yeah, I definitely recommend the belt box. Been very helpful for me in my career. Sometimes I've even used it walking down the street to the subway and been that kind of weird person singing with this weird contraption on my face. So you might get some weird looks, but it definitely does the trick if you're running late to an audition and you haven't warmed up yet. Coming at number 1, my personal favorite top essential performer item is Spark. I don't know if you've heard of this stuff before, but it is literally my performer's crack. I love it so much. It's from a company called Avocare, which is a pyramid system. I don't personally sell it. I may in the future because I believe in this stuff that much, but I don't right now. So don't think that I'm trying to sell this on you. I literally just believe in it that much. It is my, if I had to pick one of these items to take with me for my shows and my rehearsals, this is what I would take. I definitely need it now. It makes me feel amazing. So basically, I used to be somebody who relied on caffeine and coffee and all that kind of stuff before a show. As you can see, Rory is drinking coffee right now. I totally get it. For me, I struggled with that a bit because I didn't like, I tend to put cream and sugar in my coffee, and you know, that adds a little bit of extra weight. You might not think it does, but it really does for me. If you're doing that every single day, and then obviously the cream in your coffee before, you know, a show or singing, sometimes that can create some phlegm, which it definitely does for me. Might not for you, might not for everybody, but it does for me. So I like to kind of nix that. And to be honest, I actually feel even better on this stuff. What it is basically multivitamins. 5 minutes, please. Second show of the day, so here we are. Yes, so I think it has 750% B6 and B12 vitamins. So I think that's the secret to this stuff. This also has 1 cup's worth of caffeine in here, 120 milligrams, so it does have your caffeine as well. So the mixture between the multivitamin, the bit of caffeine, and the high B vitamins just make you feel incredible, and it also helps with my mental focus. So I definitely recommend this when you're in rehearsals as well, because you know those long 8-hour days where you're trying to learn choreography and blocking, and it can be very tiring. So this has actually really helped me just keep that energy going forward and driving upward, rather than, you know, coffee kind of makes me feel amazing for a little bit and then a little bit of a crash. So I found that since I started taking Spark, I actually feel energetic and awake for all the hours that I need to feel awake. I actually noticed that ever since I've been taking this stuff, I hardly ever get a cold. I hardly ever get sick, because I think my immune system is so strong from all the vitamins that are in here. So it definitely keeps my immune system extremely strong and consistent during a show run, which we all know is very important, especially when other performers are getting sick around you. I've noticed that I actually have not been catching the colds that have been going around when I'm on this stuff. I used to get sick, I think, after almost every show run ended, before I knew about this stuff. And now that I take this stuff, and if I continue to take it every day, I actually don't get sick anymore at the end of a show run. So it has greatly changed my life. And like, as you can see, I'm drinking it right now. We're about to start our second show of the day. So yeah, I definitely recommend this stuff so much to you. I'm not getting anything out of this by telling you about this, other than just the joy that it brings me to share this with you, because it really has changed my life. So yeah, so I don't sell it, but I can connect you with my consultant that I have. I'd be happy to do that. If you want to message me on Instagram, I'll be happy to give you a link. Let me know, get in touch with me if you want to try this out. So those are my top 7 items that I recommend to you. I will definitely share and link all of these below, and with the brands that I enjoy from Amazon. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and connect with me on Instagram at Miss Backstage Bella. As you can hear, the show started, so I gotta go. But thanks so much for watching. I really hope this helped you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Break a leg!